All right, and we are live here at the Pace Studio in downtown Atlanta, Georgia, with David Bromberg and in the band. And thank you all so much for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, sound check has sounded really great. And I can't wait to hear 4 songs today. They're all from your upcoming release, Big Road, which will be out April 17th. So we can talk more about that as we go, but congratulations to you on that eventual release. And I know 3 of the songs are acoustic arrangements of electric songs, so we're stoked to hear kind of an alternate version on what you can come up with in the space. So thanks again, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take it away.
Talking to you, I say I ain't going down that big road by myself. And if I can't carry you, I'm about to carry somebody else. I know the sun gonna shine in my back door, in my, oh, can't you hear me talking to you? I know the sun gonna shine in my back door someday. I know the wind gonna come, children, blow these blues away. Yeah. People might try to tell you the weary blues, the weary. Oh, can't you hear me talking to you? Some people might try to tell you the weary blues ain't bad. Hey, that must not have been the same kind of weary blues I had. 'Cause this stuff will kill you. Ain't nothing but a aching heart and aching. Oh, can't you hear me talking to you? The blues ain't nothing but an aching heart disease. It's just a slow consumption, people killing me by degree. Well, the blues ain't nothing but a low down weary, a low. Can't you hear me talking to you? I say the blues ain't nothing but a low down weary chill. And if you never did have them, I truly hope you never will.
All right. Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, sounds great, you guys. Is everybody feeling good? Everybody got what they need?
Yeah.
All right. Good. David, who are all these people with you today? If you want to introduce the band, that would be awesome really quick.
I was wondering the same thing.
Okay.
Over on the end playing the fiddle, that's Nate Grower. playing guitar and later mandolin. Nate's going to play mandolin too. This is Mark Cosgrove. Playing the drums is Josh Kanuski, and playing the bass is Slavik Senyashenko.
Right on. And you are David Bromberg.
Last I looked.
All right. I mean, yeah, I wasn't sure either. So I'm good for the refresher all around. No, seriously, thanks all you guys for being here. It really does sound great. How long have you been playing with these four musicians, David?
Well, different times for different ones, but most of us have been together for well over 5 years. And the most recent one is at least 2. So.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. So plenty of time. So some of the that would have been on the tour for The Blues, The Whole Blues, and Nothing But the Blues, which was your release from 2016. Some of these players on that as well.
Yeah.
On the touring and stuff like that, and in the studio. Cool. I'd love to talk a little bit more about that record and also about the new one. They share some personnel. But what are we going to hear? What was the song we just heard called?
Big Road.
Big Road. Right on. The titular track from the new record. Excellent.
Yeah.
What are we going to hear up next, David?
This is a song called I La Ho.
All right.
Well, way out to the westward, there's a place a man should go. The fishing's always easy, and they got no ice or snow. And I'll haul down the sail where the bays run together and bide away the days in the hills of Idaho. All those Plymouth girls are fine. They'll put their hearts right in your hand. And Plymouth boys are able, first-class sailors, every man. But I'll haul down the sail where the bays run together and bide away the days in the hills of Idaho. Girls from old Cascades, boys, they're strong across the shoulders. They don't give a man advice, and they don't want to cook his dinner. But I'll haul down the sail where the bays run together and bide away the days in the hills of Idaho. Trouble with old Martyr, you just can't try her in a trawler. Those Bay of Biscay swells roll your head clean off your shoulders, and I'll haul down the sail where the bays run together and bide away the days in the hills of Idaho. All the winters will drive you crazy. The fishing's hard and slow. You're a damn fool if you stay, but there's no better place to go. So I'll haul down the sail where the bays run together and bide away the days in the hills of Idaho. I'll haul down the sail where the bays run together, bide away the days in the hills of Idaho.
Yeah, nice. Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Everything sounds so fantastic. You guys obviously have built a lot of chemistry over the 2 or 5 years that you've been together. It sounds great. Obviously, David, you have got a career that spans over 5 decades. You've been doing this for a long time, and it shows. I know you've been a sideman for a lot of people, but to see you here right now doing your own solo music is very cool.
I actually took 22 years away from music. I stopped playing for 22 years. So I missed a whole generation or two.
Spanning the time, what decades were those, or what eras were those that you didn't participate?
The 80s and 90s.
Gotcha. Any particular life event or reason behind that?
I got burnt out, and I was too dumb to realize it was burnout. I realized that when I was home, I wasn't practicing, I wasn't jamming, I wasn't writing, I wasn't doing anything musicians do. So I began to question whether I was really a musician. I didn't want to be one of these guys who drags himself on stage and does a bitter imitation of what he used to love. So I found another way to live my life.
Gotcha. Well put. Is that where the violin shop comes into the picture?
Yeah, I was hanging out in a violin shop in free time in California, and I really became fascinated that someone could look at the exterior of a violin and tell when and where it was made, and sometimes by whom, without referring to the little label inside. The labels are frequently wrong, and you have to know the techniques of making in different countries. So I went to violin making school first.
Gotcha. That's luthier school applies only to guitar, or is that also is that still being a luthier for a violin?
Well, luthier comes from the word lute,
right.
And violin makers are luthiers. It does apply to violin makers.
I wasn't sure. That is very cool. And you still run this. So you have your own shop now in Delaware, correct?
Yes, I have a violin store in Delaware.
Yeah, very cool. And what is the name of that shop?
David Bromberg Fine Violins.
Perfect. What a cool thing. And I not to make this about me, but I can relate to that feeling, and you know, being on the production side of things is partly responsible for some of those same reflections and sort of like looks at what I'm doing with my life and time, etc. But speaking of time, I know you guys are in town for a show tonight at Eddie's Attic, which is a great spot in Decatur. We're not too far away. After that, I know you're on to Florida for about 3 shows, and then you've got a lot of dates out in California, a couple nights at the Boulder Theater, and that's with the band Hot Tuna. Mm-hmm. And the drummer of said band was also the engineer on not only this latest record, but the one before it, correct?
Justin Gwip, yes. He's a fantastic engineer as well as a beautiful drummer.
Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of us drumming engineers out there. So, is your drummer also an engineer? I mean, you're certainly making some cool sounds. Right on. Very cool. And then, so Big Road and also the Blues, the Whole Blues and Nothing But the Blues. That was also those were both produced by Larry Campbell. And there's Larry's done 3 records with you, right?
Yeah, and he played on all 3.
Gotcha.
A bit. And on the new, we're doing a new one. It's going to be released April 17th on Compass Red House Records. And our band, there are a couple of musicians who, when they play with us, it's not like they're sitting in, it's like they're part of the band. Larry, of course, is one of them. And the other one is a keyboard player named Dan Walker, who's currently on the road with Haut.
Oh, cool.
But he's a part of us.
Nice. So the band is even bigger than this one in the studio.
Well, we also have a horn section.
I've heard some of that on the recordings. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yeah,
yes.
they are on the recording.
I'll use my imagination today for when those horns may come in on a track that I've heard. But I haven't heard any of these songs because none of them are released. And as you said, April 17th is the day we will see Big Road hit the world. So
you will see it too because there's video with on about a half a dozen tunes.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Well, we will look to your online digital presence to find out more about that stuff as it comes closer. And thanks again for sharing some of those songs today with us here in the studio. What are we going to hear next?
Who will the next fool be?
All right.
1, 2, 3. After you get rid of me, tell me who will the next fool be? I know things he'd like to know about the one I love so. After all is said and done, you won't be satisfied with anyone. After you get rid of me, who will the next fool be? I wanna know. Like me, with tears all in his eyes. I know. And I'd really like to be the one to tell him so. After all is said and done, you're not gonna be satisfied with anyone when you get rid of me. Oh, will the next fool be?
Very nice. I think I figured out what that song is about. No, man, this has been a great experience for us. I hope it has been for you as well. Really just loving the sounds that are coming out here. Where you're davidbromberg.net, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
.net,
So
yeah.
check that out. Everybody listening online, watching online in advance of Big Road coming out. Are those videos are some of them gonna come out before the record itself is released, or?
I don't know. That part of it is not up to me.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll let that be to the powers that be. But that is where to find out what's going on, davidbromberg.net. Thanks for watching today on Paste. And let's see. Yeah. Shout out to Red House. And I know that The Blues, The Whole Blues, and Nothing But the Blues was your first release on the Red House imprint. And this new one is on Red House / Compass. So, yeah, we're excited on your behalf for those releases. And I hope you have the best show tonight at Eddie's and all of those other dates that are coming up. What are we going to close with today?
We're going to do a medley that starts with a tune that Bob Wills recorded called Maiden's Prayer and ends with a fiddle tune called Katy Hill with another one in between.
Cool.
1, 2, 3.
Awesome. The medley closer. Nice. So we technically heard that was 3 songs smashed together. Yeah, excellent. I love it. So good. Thank you all so much for being here, and safe travels to Eddie's and beyond. Thank you so much for making this a part of the day.
Thanks for having us, Andrew.
Safe travels, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.